It's another edition of Time About the Movies. Let's wrap up February with February 24th, 1995. We have three movies here, but I know nothing about them. I've never seen them, so this is going to be another quick one. So let's just get right to it. Let's get to all three of these movies, and we'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend. None of these new releases are really all that memorable to begin with, but let's start off with the first one. Christopher Lambert, John Lone, and Joan Chen starring in The Hunted. Did this really need to be on a big screen? Especially a big screen and by Universal Studios. Like, what did Universal really see in this movie that made them say, "Oh, this has got to be put on a big screen. This is something that we just can't put straight to video or anything like that." No, this has to be on a big screen. I think maybe it was because of the person that made the movie, J.F. Lawton, who made his feature directorial debut on this particular film, but he also wrote notable films such as Pretty Woman, Under Siege, Blank Man, and he would write Chain Reaction that would come out the following year with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman. And he also created VIP, the show with Pam Anderson in it. But yeah, other than that, though, there's no reason for this movie to be seen in theaters. Like, this is something that looks like it could be a straight-to-video release, and that's it. Like, there's like nothing about the story screams out big screen. I mean, yeah, you got Christopher Lambert, but is he really a big star? I mean, yeah, Highlander and Mortal Kombat, but I don't know. He's not a person that really can sell a movie. Like, John Lone's a good actor, but I don't even think he's on the same level to actually save a movie like this. And Joan Chen's a good actress too, but none of these leading actors really scream out potential stardom or somebody that could sell a movie. And the movie doesn't do itself any favors either. I mean, it's basically a story we've seen done to death so many times before. There's nothing really all that it doesn't look like there's anything that engaging about it, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you on that one here. I mean, that trailer alone just shows you that there's literally nothing there that screams out, this deserved to be seen on a big screen. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. So that's The Hunted. So let's move on to the next movie that we have here, and that is The Walking Dead. Yeah, this definitely is not the zombie Walking Dead. I mean, because of the Walking Dead that we know, this movie kind of got tossed aside. Like, if you go into Wikipedia and type in The Walking Dead, you're just going to get everything from the AMC series and the graphic novels and all that, and this movie's just kind of buried deep. As you can see, it stars Alan Payne, Joe Morton, and Eddie Griffith. The film depicts the lives of 5 Marines who are all assigned to rescue a group of POWs during the Vietnam War in 1972, and the previews called it the Black Experience in Vietnam. And I mean, there could be a good story to be told here. The director of this is Preston A. Whitmore III, which he's directed a couple of notable films, mostly in the 2000s, stuff like Crossover and This Christmas. But other than that, though, there's not really a whole lot there in terms of notable films that he's directed. He's written a couple of other movies that we'll get to later on, including Fled in '96. But as far as this movie goes, I don't really know too much about it. But I don't know. I think there could be some interesting things in there. Like, you got Alan Payne, you got Joe Morton, Eddie Griffith in here. Like, I usually know Eddie Griffith was more comedic stuff. I've never seen him really do a dramatic role before, so maybe there could be something there. But the reviews for this were not so good, so maybe it's one of those ones that's kind of a reason why it's been kind of buried. It's probably not that great. I mean, there probably could be a very interesting story to tell here, just not the right direction or the right script to actually work it out with. So, but other than that, I don't know too much about this one. I haven't seen it, so I can't really delve into it all that much. So, with that said, let us move on to the last movie that we have here, and that is Lamb, which has a very interesting history behind it. Yeah, when I say interesting history, I mean this is a film that was made back in 1985, wasn't released until it was released in Ireland in 1986, as well as the UK, but didn't hit America until 10 years later in 1995. I mean, this movie is 10 years old. This is like way before Liam Neeson even became a known thing here in America. I'm guessing the studio released this movie after they saw the success with Schindler's List and recent stuff at the time, like Nell, those type of movies, and just said, you know what, let's put it out there. And God, I can't believe it took 10 years to actually put this movie out. But The basic plot of the movie, since there was literally no trailer for it, I had to when I looked for it, I only found a clip of the full movie. But basically, what happens: an Irish Reform School priest, played by Neeson, questions his calling as a young epileptic runaway arrives. Each recognizes the other as kindred spirits and escape together. As police close in and money dwindles, the desperate priest makes bad decisions, and that's literally the plot synopsis of it. And that's really all I know about this movie because I've never seen it before, and it's just weird. It's a weird thing to have a movie like this that's over 10 years old and doesn't get released in America until well after the movie's success. This feels like something that somebody could have dumped on one of those, those dollar DVDs you used to see where they would take these early movies with prominent actors, like you'd see William Shatner in a movie, and it's a recent picture of William Shatner on a film that he made way back in the day before Star Trek was popular. And you got stuff like that with Sandra Bullock, Jim Carrey, that type of thing. Like, I mean, this doesn't seem like a movie that could be that way, but I don't know. I don't really know too much about it because I barely even knew about it until now. It's got music by Van Morrison in it, so that's something. But yeah, other than that, I've got nothing for you. This is not a very good week for movies, as you can see. So anyway, Lamb. So yeah, not a very good week for movies, and not a good episode to end the month on. But the month of February '95, I should say. But at least on the next episode of Time About the Movies, we'll get some more prominent films, including Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Chevy Chase, and Farrah Fawcett in the Disney comedy Man of the House. One of Alicia Silverstone's early film roles, but I think her last one before Clueless took off, Hideaway, Peter Falk starring in Roommates with D.B. Sweeney, The Mangler, and also Exotica from Anna Magoyan. So at least next time we'll have some more prominent films and movies that I have seen. So with that said, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and until then, as always, take care. I apologize for not a very good episode this time around.